Hello, and welcome back to Project Management Whisper. My name is Dr. T. Wu, CEO of PMO Advisory. One of the more difficult tasks for a project manager is to be the recipient as well as the disseminator of bad news. Bad news inherently by its very nature doesn't really make anybody happy. It often comes as somewhat of a surprise, and even if it is not a surprise, so there is some level of expectation setting, the fact that it is bad news, of course, means it's pretty negative. So how should project managers manage bad news? Well, let's start with what we shouldn't do. First of all, bad news occur, and they usually occur for good reason. If you're a good project manager, chances are it's something either out of your control or not something you can fully control. So what not to do, of course, is avoid bad news. 2, shoot the messenger. Sometimes, especially if it is upsetting, we started perhaps yelling at the bearer of that bad news. That's of course very unfortunate, because you can imagine next time when there's bad news, that person may avoid it altogether. And in that case, bad news doesn't get better with time, so by the time you as a project manager find out, it may even be worse. But how do you really manage, especially the dissemination side? You have to go to your customer, your sponsor with bad news. The way I look at it is be matter of fact. On large complex project, there's going to be news, some good, some bad. If you're a good project manager, largely minimizing the surprises, managing the stakeholder expectations, having the project well under control, you're doing probably a pretty good job. There are many factors outside of your control. So is there news that come in? Be matter of fact. Bad news, again, doesn't get better with time. So often, do the best you can, come up with options, but also report up, report down with your team, and be as honest and transparent as possible. Don't be afraid to seek advice. Don't be afraid to say, this is not my area, or I don't know how to solve this. Can people come and help? After all, a good project manager needs to be a good facilitator to solving problems. So I think by taking a more objective view of whatever the news it is, analyze it, dissect it, come up with options, present the best recommendation, you are doing a far better job than avoiding bad news. Thank you.